They're starting to stroke now. If they hit the zone, they can run away and hide on you.
Yes, and there's no team on planet Earth that can shoot as straight as these two Americans.
The first three went to the Philippines. The last three to the USA. And it is all square in the World Cup of Pool final. Yeah, the natives are a little restless here in Newport. So many Filipino fans came out to support Reyes and Bustamante. They don't want to go home disappointed.
As you can tell, everybody seems to have their breakdown working good. Little look of disgust here. He must not have a shot on the one. We'll soon find out. Well, as we've said all week long, that anytime the Asian teams have to push out, they always seem to figure out a way to beat the rest of the world to the shot.
Just discussing where to push to. And Earl and Rodney both know how well these two kick. Kick shots, obviously, when you're contacting the ball off a cushion.
Well, think he'd like to hit it a little better. I'll tell you what, going to the first rail, the in rail, catching the one, and bouncing it back in the middle of the in rail there and sending the cue ball down behind the 9 is one option.
Well, Kim, let me ask you a question. I mean, that cue ball barely moved. If they didn't like the first shot, how can they possibly like this one?
Well, I think it cleared maybe just enough for him to spin a little English on it, maybe.
Okay. You gonna let him shoot it then?
I mean, that's just common sense. The cue ball might have moved a 32nd of an inch.
He should have just rolled into it and fouled, but it doesn't matter if push-out's a foul anyway. He didn't have to try to tick it like that, but I still believe the shot is one rail and hit the high side of the 1 and send the cue ball back down by the 9. Try to cover the 1 with the 8. But these guys are masters.
Yeah, he's going the bottom cushion.
Okay, well. But he didn't get a snooker here either, though. Tell you what, usually when they're kicking just one rail, there's an awful good chance of the incoming team not having a shot, but let's see what Team USA can do. Well, I don't know if he's playing safe or tried to make it. I couldn't tell you.
I think it was a shot to nothing. I think he tried to make it, but he also knew where he's going to be leaving the cue ball. The only way he's going to leave the 1 is if he jawed it. And thankfully for Earl, he missed it by enough to clear the pocket.
Yeah, the speed looked like, well, if he misses and he misses on the high side, he'd get safe. I think you're exactly right. But I'm not so sure that this is safe. Ephraim. And that's why it's so crucial playing great players that you must try to hide the object ball, because any shot on the table is on. Bustamante cueing low. Look at that. Look at that cue is touching the felt before he hits it. Don't try that at home unless you're ready to get some new felt. Tremendous cueing ability from Francisco. Hey, what? Ephraim has left his partner a little funny here. I mean, I believe the shot is no problem, but when you combine that with trying to get position, that, well, he's going to take his time. I don't think Reyes will offer any advice. Just going to try to come out between the 8 and 9 and He hit the 8. I don't think he wanted to do that.
Definitely not, Kim. Now, Efren's going to have to bring something to the table here, and the best defense is a good offense.
I've seen him miss probably about 3 of these shots since day one.
He's got to try this into the bottom down. Right corner.
Speed is imperative for this shot to go. Not this one.
Just got his partner out of the glue.
Tremendous shot-making ability.
At the end of the day, you've still got to knock them in, and that's exactly what Reyes did to keep them on course. 4-3 over the USA. Certainly better than Earl, so a chance here to hold serve, because that's effectively what we have. The teams are on serve right now with the alternating break format, and look at Morris's layout.
As you can see, every time each team is broke, when that cue ball doesn't get kissed and kind of stays towards the center, each time they've had a shot on the object ball. Okay. Very important to keep an angle.
Yeah, just wants to roll through a little here, not much.
Cue ball's going to be close to the rail no matter what.
Or we'll just stay on the left-hand side of the table.
Stay on the rail down there, yeah.
Okay. Rodney gives him a little advice. I'm sure that
both of them think very quickly at the pool table.
They really do. It's a rhythmatic game, really, pool is. There's not too many players that play as rhythmatic as these two. Seems like the old saying, you think long and think wrong. They don't ever have to worry about that. Very seldom do they have to call a
That's
extension.
why they're such a formidable pair, Kim.
It's like you said earlier, they've never
Similar
lost
styles.
Earl said, just stop it. Don't worry about it. As long as it's out in the middle of the table, I can make it. We really have a match here. This is great stuff.
Just what everybody expected. 4-4. And nobody is going home. This one just starting to get heated up. Confidently, assuredly,
Quiet, please.
to break the balls. Rack 9 of a possible 25. It's a race to 13 for the first ever PartyPoker.com World Cup of Pool title. And another gorgeous break. They're firing rockets at each other right now, Kim.
Well, you have a feeling that, I mean, this is just really some awesome pool, and we've just started. I mean, the feeling is, to me, if one team misses, it could mean the whole thing. I mean, are they ever going to miss, Jim? I've not seen anything like this in a while. One
miss from Reyes. The 5. They're on the 4th or 5th rack, I think it was. That's the only one I can think of. Apart from that, it has been flawless.
Well, a little bit of out of line here now.
Yep. Understood.
He doesn't want to run into this 8, that's for sure. Well, excuse me, I guess he does.
Understood.
He's left his partner elevated over the 8 ball. The cue or the finger cannot touch the 8 or it would be a foul. It was mighty tidy right there.